Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys played that season, and especially considering you switched positions. Plus, Coach O'Brien really came into his own, leading you guys to the verge of the playoff.
Hard Rock Stadium, folks, it is filled to capacity. Everybody has been waiting for this college football Saturday, and we are just about set to get ready to rock and roll. It's the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Miami Hurricanes. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First and 10, Nebraska. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Foster, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Foster, the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third and inches.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches. They'll try and run for it with Foster. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. And 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
5-yard gain on the play. First down, Nebraska.
A first down carry for Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared, but I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. After the interception, here's Daniel. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. gets it, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Out of the gun, they hand to Foster. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And Charles, it still is kind of strange to look down there and think about Tommy Matthews handing the ball to his high school teammate who's now behind him at the running back position.
Yeah, and you have to just think to yourself, okay, what's the best way to maximize talent? And head coach Red O'Brien, well, he played both of them at quarterback last year, and now he says, let's get them both on the field at the same time. One of them has to accept that role. Tommy Matthews is the quarterback. As you said, handing off to his teammate. The Heartbreak Kids are back together. A little bit different role for them now in this season.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Matthews. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the first quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Matthews. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Pruitt. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, from our vantage point up here in the booth, and look, we have the luxury of kind of seeing the entire play from a bird's-eye view, but his knowledge of blocking schemes seems pretty impressive.
Oh, I would agree with that totally, and I think it's similar to wide receivers that flip over to become defensive backs. Okay, you know what receivers are going to do because you used to do it that way. Well, as a former quarterback, he can see the entire play, the entire blocking pattern, and understand what it looks like before the ball's even snapped. And I think that's to his benefit, and of course, it's benefiting his team.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly.
And he is in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
14 yards.
And the Cornhuskers add on to their lead. Well, for a kid that started his career as a quarterback, he's certainly showing a lot of conviction carrying the football.
Yeah, he is running with some power, and I think he's running some frustration out of his system, don't you think, partner? Because you know he wants to still be a quarterback. But Coach Red O'Brien made the switch. He has gone along with it, and I think he just wants to show that he can contribute and contribute in a big way. And the way he's running the football, there's no doubt about it, they've made the right choice.
Here's Nebraska now after the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. A first down throw for Daniel. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
It's taken to the 26. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
5-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews, he sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try the left side. Pruitt sheds another. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
21-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run the counter. It's Woods. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Woods, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Daniel. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a 1st down. Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Quarterback sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Quarterback taken down and set.
And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the defense.
A running play.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Out of the gun, Daniel. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way.
Quarterback is sacked. A fumble on the play.
A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it.
Number 3.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
42-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
3-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, if they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there, that means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Cornhuskers 9, Hurricanes nothing.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Daniel under pressure, and down goes Daniel. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here's Daniel. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. To throw is Daniel. They go screenplay to Langford. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing again on 2nd down. Daniel. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzing.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? And that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
On first down, it's Foster. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
The ball carrier.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
The Cornhuskers now with a 1st and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is in. Touchdown, Nebraska. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The Cornhuskers now going to line up and go for 2. From the gun, Matthews. And he's got it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
I like it now, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Woods. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And that one off the mark, a little late with the throw. The Miami punter out on the field as he's on to kick it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position. Their own 2-yard. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today. But sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To the air on 2nd down. Matthews looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Throwing on first down. Matthews. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Intended for his running back.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again. Matthews. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Matthews.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down. Matthews. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Matthews pass.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Play action. Matthews. And that ball is caught for a Cornhuskers touchdown. Quintero Grant there to make the grab. And the Cornhuskers add on to their lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
They'll let Foster try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Daniel. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Daniel. That's caught by Jackson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because they
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure, he's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only is that...
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Intercepted.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Thomas barreling ahead, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a 1st down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Now we're seeing Matthews handing the ball off to his running back a lot more in this one. It kind of seems like Coach O'Brien has changed up his offensive strategy a bit for the national championship.
I feel like he's gone back to his defensive coordinator roots here, Brandon, because Coach Red O'Brien, as a DC before he became a head coach, he saw the game one way. Now he's seeing it a little bit differently. I think he took a step back and said he lost most of his own defense last year. They were dominant at times. Now he's trying to slow the tempo a little bit, establish the run, and take charge of the game and take charge of the tempo this way.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 17.
The 2nd down pass. Intercepted.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you.
Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Daniel. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked picked off around the 27. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Operating from the gun, Matthews. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
A gain of 45 yards.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off the play fake. Matthews going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. A really solid performance against a ranked opponent as they add a big win to the left-hand column.
Want to talk about a story that's making the rounds, and that's the Heartbreak Kids and their indelible bond. Once again, taking college football center stage at the championship game later on tonight. It has been truly amazing and truly inspirational to watch this amazing journey that these kids have been on from start to finish to this point, showing off their character, their grit, their determination, their heart has been on full display for all of us to behold. And I normally don't say this, but I, for one, will be a Heartbreak Kid in spirit as they take the field in this big game tonight.
Just one game remains in the college football season, and it promises, folks, to be one for the ages. The two top teams and the final collegiate appearance of the Heartbreak Kids as well here in the Big Easy for the College Football Playoff National Championship. It's the Nebraska Cornhuskers against the LSU Tigers. The matchup we've been waiting for. Buckle in as we are off in the College Football Playoff National Championship from New Orleans. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First and 10, LSU. From the gun, Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation. Chance to scan the field there. It felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Nice stiff arm.
Used, but still effective.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Matthews. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked up just shy of midfield.
This interception would go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Thomas. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They run with it. It's Kelly. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Thomas. He'll be hit and taken down.
How about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
To throw is Thomas on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
They go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A shotgun handoff now. Foster. Room past the 20. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And a huge play that time. 49 yards.
43-yard line.
On first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
And broke off a pretty nice run there. And as he has runs like that, Charles, keep in mind he's doing it against one of the best defenses in the entire country.
And I remain impressed with how he's made the transition from quarterback to running back. Knowledge of the blocking scheme. You know he studies every game plan just like a quarterback, so he sees the defenses like he would under center. That's making his job a little bit easier as he runs against this good defense, as you pointed out.
Yeah, we say it all the time, but speaking of making jobs easier, it makes the quarterback, Tommy Matthews' job so much easier when those running lanes are open because it's going to open up that passing game as well.
That catch good for only a couple. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Matthews, and it is incomplete here.
Intended for his running.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Matthews. And that ball is caught. The Huskers touchdown. Kalo Alexander there to make the grab. And Nebraska has taken the early lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
And the Cornhuskers ready to kick this thing off after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cornhuskers 7, the LSU Tigers 0.
Thomas to throw on third down. That's caught by Kelly. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can click and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
At their own 44-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. To throw on 2nd down, Matthews. And it's going to be incomplete.
Matthews' pass to the sideline.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. He's going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. He feels like he can win every battle. A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They come up short here on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Kelly. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
31-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Thomas. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
That's a gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Off play action. Thomas. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into? A free hitter.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying,
this is caught at the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Charles, all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a give, right side. Pruitt. And he is in. Touchdown, Nebraska. An 18-yard touchdown run. And Nebraska tacks on to their lead. So he's able to take it in, Charles, for his first rushing touchdown of the evening.
Yeah, congratulations to him. But right now, I'm thinking like an NFL GM or a personnel guy. I'm watching his development as a runner. And boy, oh boy, am I thinking to myself, can I get him, really continue to mold him, and make him an even better player on the next level? Because I could run halfback options with him. And by the way, he could be my emergency quarterback. Could open up a roster spot for me as well.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now here's a deep shot that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 30 yards.
At the 38-yard line.
On the delay, it's Kelly. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Now Thomas throwing on third and long. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Operating from the gun, Matthews trying to lay one up deep. He's going to be called in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
The Cornhuskers now with a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Matthews. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. A final shot before break. Matthews into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
Just 2 quarters of football separating Nebraska from a possible national championship.
Quite a story, partner.
Tigers 6.
Just 1 half remains in the college football season as we begin the second half of this national title game. Take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
From the gun, Matthews. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, Matthews. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Matthews. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. But a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you...
In trouble, and he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to have a third down.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, Thomas, and caught. This has been at the tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
First and 10.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Thomas. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Thomas's pass intended for...
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, it's Kelly. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Ball carrier.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They're sacking back right around the 44.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
First and 10, Nebraska. Now a give, right side. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yes, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, making...
And he crosses up the football near his own goal line. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing.
And this will be a touchdown. Kalo Alexander, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Nebraska tacks on to their lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's open like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy's steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We're going to see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2nd and 9.
21. The LSU Tigers 6.
Operating from the gun. Thomas under pressure, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They'll keep it on the ground. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Matthews. Incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The Cornhuskers now going to line up and go for 2. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Operating from the gun. Thomas. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Thomas now. Throwing on 3rd and long. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking on the midfield logo. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Cornhuskers now with a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the gun, Matthews, and finding Pruitt. And he will score. Touchdown, Nebraska. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to pour it on. Tommy Matthews linking up with the other half of the dynamic duo for a nice touchdown pass and catch.
It almost felt like he essentially ran the ball downfield himself and handed it to him, didn't he? Their connection is so good, dating all the way back to their high school days. Even though roles are reversed now, it is fun to watch.
Yeah, we sat with him yesterday, and we had one of those interviews in the private room, so they were really opening up about this being their last game together. It's kind of bittersweet, but I guess, Charles, it's one of those things where we need to enjoy it while we can still watch it.
Yeah, but one can dream. Can't they both be drafted by the same NFL team?
Yeah.
One can hope.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Maybe the story will live on a little further than this. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd down now, it's Kelly. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 4.
Here's Thomas from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man, Avant. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. his throw incomplete.
Thomas's pass.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We've got a plane to catch.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
What a run for the Heartbreak Kids, and it all culminates here in the Big Easy. They are the national champions. So that truly a champion's performance. Weapons galore on the offensive side of the football, and they finish things off in style as they will be crowned the champions of the college football world.
You know, it was really great what you did.
What do you mean?
I know you could have gone to the draft last year, but instead you risked everything to come back here and help us. It means a lot to me, man.
Hey, we've been through it all together, man. You know I love you like a brother. So, are you feeling thankful enough to finally admit that I'm Batman?
Come on, let's not get carried away now. But hey, I will admit, you're no Robin.
Okay. Well, at least there's that.
Superman.
Supes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah, you know, he's Batman's equal, his biggest rival. And even though they battle it out from time to time, they always wind up back as close friends.
I can definitely work with that.
But hey, just in case you ever go stepping out of line, you should know that I always keep an extra thing of kryptonite on me at all times.
You might need that in the NFL. Against me. No cap. Ha ha!
Well, that was certainly a college career for the ages. And it was my honor to be there with you guys through that part of your journey. And I just want to thank you for taking us through that. Now, we're closing in on another critical chapter, the NFL Combine.
So, the NFL Combine. I spent so much time preparing for it, but some things you can't ever say you're fully ready for. That's how the week felt to me. I walked away from the press conference feeling a buzz. Said a lot of things. Will my performance back it up? No. This cannot be happening. Okay. Oh, man, okay. Think. Where was the last place you looked at him?
If you knew where you last saw them, they wouldn't be lost now, would they?
Yeah, thanks. What a help you are. You're rich.
Say it with me now. Eisen.
Right, Eisen. You're Rich Eisen. Big fan. I'm gonna be the laughingstock of your next broadcast, aren't I?
Depends. You gonna run the 40 barefoot? I may have a little fun with you, but don't worry. I won't make you a running joke, huh? Come on. I thought it was pretty good.
Maybe not your best, but I'll tell you what. You let me wear your cleats, I'll laugh at any joke you have. I'm serious, I'm desperate.
Try 'em on. See if they fit. What's the verdict?
Perfect fit, but honestly, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but they're a little damp. They're like really damp. Did you go swimming in these?
Thought you said you were a fan. If you were, then you'd know I just ran my annual Run Rich Run 40 for charity.
Ah, right. How'd it go?
Let's just say my days of keeping up with Saquon Barkley are behind me. Maybe you'll fare better than I did out there.
What was your time?
5.98, baby.
Well, I can't do any worse. I've seen statues move faster than that.
All right, well, I want you to go out there and post a time of at least 4.6. Think you could swing that?
Of course. 4.6? I could do that barefoot.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
Less challenging now that I don't have to do it barefoot. Thanks to you and your cleats.
Now that is what I like to hear. You're going to be helping those kids at St. Jude more than you know. Go get them, champ. Hope those shoes bring you good luck and an even better 40 time.
Thanks again, man. Whew. Yeah, I feel it.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Rich Eisen, and I'll be your tour guide as we meet the next crop of elite NFL talent. We're going to start things off with my personal favorite, the event that can break the spirit of any man, the 40-yard dash. First up, we've got one half of America's darlings, the Heartbreak Kids, an intriguing draft prospect to say the least. We'll see him up next for the skills portion of this year's NFL Scouting Combine.
Okay. Got it. Ready?
Today, had a little bit of it all. Select few guys who may have just cemented their place as one of the top picks in the upcoming NFL Draft. Until next time, I'm Rich. Welcome to the 2020 NFL Draft. Sure, the experts have done 2.7 million mock drafts, but you can toss those babies out the window. Welcome back to the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft.
Hey, this is the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers. How you feeling right now?
Oh, everything's great, Coach.
Well, look, son, we've been following you for quite some time, and we believe you could be an integral part of this team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much this means to me. And I'm ready to do whatever it takes to show you I'm worth your pick.
I know you will. I'll expect you to show up ready, okay?
I'll be the first one there. Can't wait.
And I'm just getting confirmation that the pick is in. Let's take it to the podium to see who the next pick in the draft is going to be. What a phenomenal pick. This kid has shown some elite abilities on the field. He's a freak athlete, totally capable of taking over a game in the right system.
This is the player card. This is your development trait. Superstar and superstar.
deep. This rookie class is very deep, and perhaps no one is more hyped from this class than Tommy Matthews' old partner in crime, who was just selected in the top 10. My level of excitement for the start of the season is perhaps only rivaled by my excitement to see just what that kid's capable of doing on an NFL field. There hasn't been this kind of hype and intrigue since Tesla's Cybertruck release. So the big question I have for this year is, will this rookie sensation succumb to the hype, or will he rise to the top? Guess we'll find out soon enough after the Week 1 games get underway.
Being such a high draft pick comes at a cost. Mainly, everyone expecting you to resurrect the franchise. What helped you adjust to NFL life?
I took every rep in practice seriously. Each one could be the difference in me getting on the field or not.
All right, fellas, listen up. We talked about this all week. Every team is going for the same thing, winning that Lombardi. And being perfect in practice is the first step.